We're these ambitious women that are like, no, I'm gonna go get it. I can still take care of my kids, but I'm gonna go make my money.
You know what type of man you have to be for a woman like us to allow you to lead?
Talk about that.
I just kept, I would bet my money we would succumb to it all for a man who could lead.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
I would bet money on the fact that I think if we were presented with the opportunity to be with a man who was just a man in every way, who just, it's nothing more than we want than to be comfortable in our own femininity. Our masculinity is a defense tactic.
Yep.
For whenever we feel threatened, or
like,
we feel like, or we feel overwhelmed, or we feel not protected.
A woman has to deserve protection by the way she live her life or present herself.
Talk to him.
Or we feel not loved or not seen or not heard is when we have this defense mechanism where we're like, and we get all tough and I got it. You don't got to do nothing. I got it. You're not going to do this? That's cool. I'm going to get this money and I'm going to do this at a third, so you don't have the time. But if a man really came in to your world and made you comfortable, like, listen, you don't gotta do that. You ever had a man like, yo, fix your face, calm down, like you know what I mean? Just kind of like,
get the French toast out of here.
That's something about it. It's something about it that you sink back in your chair. Yeah.
The most pit bull girl. What?
Fix your face. Come on, you good.
What's the problem? I handle. Relax.
Yeah. I got you.
That's it. All right. Like that little conversation. You be like, my man. I don't know. My man said
you be at home in a robe.
It's like, girl.
You literally cannot make this ish up. When you see these news stories about these passport bros going abroad and people are asking why, show them this video right here. The more ambitious that they are, the more that they have accomplished, the much more of a real man that they expect for you to be. But see, their definition of a real man is defined by media. It's not based on a reality definition of what a real man is. They want Ghost from Power. They want corporate Tupac to be able to out-masculine their masculinity. She said, and I quote, "I bet my money I would succumb to it all if I found a man that could lead." Are you serious, man? Throughout your entire life, you've never met a guy that is a leader. Or rather, your delusional picture of what these guys are do not exist, or the top echelon of man is unwilling to deal with your conditional femininity. You need to be humbled, downgrade your unrealistic expectations, or
buy a dog, cat, die alone, because no man deserves to suffer you.
I am a big believer that the way in which you treat your daughter is what she will come to accept in relationships. And it's the reason why I have never had a relationship where I've allowed men to yell at me. Well, one in high school when I was super young, but never in my more adult years, in my 20s, have I ever had anybody yell at me in a relationship, because my dad didn't yell at me growing up. So it's weird to me if a guy raises his voice. I'm like, are you good? You need to walk? Like, what are you doing or saying? Why are you yelling? You're completely out of control. And the concept of somebody, my sweet little angel baby Louise, of a man grabbing her by her shirt in front of me, I would call the cops and I would say, you're gonna have to come get me because I'm about to kill him. So I would call the cops on myself if somebody put their hands on my sweet little baby Louise.
I find it very interesting that Candace would say this, especially in considering that within the Black community, 80% of households do not have a father present. So in those cases, there's not necessarily an example like Candace's father set for her, which in turns can open up a gateway simply because there's nothing to model. Oh, besides modeling what's on BET Love and Hip Hop on how male-female dynamics is supposed to be led. I mean, honestly, from my outside looking in, because I don't watch that bullshit, I don't know how y'all just do not think that it is an absolute disgrace of what's on TV right there. Oh, and by the way, Blueface, what's up? Every other goddamn day I see this brother walking around with a black eye from his girl. It's absolutely absurd. But just imagine the type of environment that a young lady grows up in where she estimates that passion is settled through violence. This happens usually in a situation where either the mother had a terrible relationship with the father, or if the father was not there to set standards for the young girl to follow, which is why I've always said that nuclear families are critical to child development. But last point on this, to all of my fathers out there and all of my soon-to-be fathers out there, do understand, don't hit your kids. Break the cycle. Understand that stoicism is absolutely a way of life, and that those around you are watching you and you're setting the example. Children's minds are like sponges that are soaking up and downloading all of the information in the world around them. If they see that from you, they might download the wrong software, translate that to faulty hardware in the future.
Calling my husband and boyfriend into the kitchen for hugs to see what they do.
What?
I think that said calling husband and boyfriend.
Oh, never mind.
What?
You used to want to hug?
Is that what you wanted?
Yes. Round two?
Hmm?
Round two?
I was just walking the child.
Oh.
Oh. Hold on, real quick before we get into this again. We need a play-by-play. I guess this is considered a polyandry relationship. I'm just not used to seeing things like this in my world. In my world, this is repugnant. Let's do the play-by-play. So I would assume the one in the black is the husband, because look at the weak church hug that he gives the lovely young orange-haired lady. Then the pink man comes in and gives the "you just became my boyfriend not too long ago" sweeping hug.
Yes.
He says, "Move out my way, bitch." The husband comes back in because he's like, "Damn, he just upstaged me." The nerve. Okay? He gives a rather feminine sigh. Goes in for the deep, long, hard embrace. "I know he treats you like that, but I'll treat you better." Haram! There's not one drop of testosterone in that household. And what's crazier is that I think I heard a child at a certain junction. Yep, that was a child. The pure and utter confusion and dysfunction. But my guess is that the larger man in the pink is the genetic donor, while the man in the black is going to be the monetary donor. Behavioral psychologists from all across the land agree that men are more competitive, therefore more territorial, and we're territorial with women in our lives as well. So when I see dynamics like this, I just get confused. I get simply confused of the utter clown world that we're living up under. Never, not never, in the history of ever was this ever seen as normal before, except for in modern times today. Men have always been charged with the building, with the leading, with creating a path forward for your family. But I can only guess in situations like this that those things cannot be upheld. But instead, you have two males that are vying for the reproductive capability of the one female. And to the victor goes the spoil within this household. The thing is that when the child is born, which one of the man's values, morals, and philosophy is passed down to that next generation? Is it a combo of the two? Like for the child that we heard over there, is it two fathers that are passing down instruction to them? That's just got to be confusing at the end of the day. Plus, why would I want someone else's ideology to propagate what I have created? It's just so weird in this clown world today. There's things that we just consider normal. But hey, at the end of the day, I am not here to judge their particular situation, but to throw it up on a platter for you guys to be able to look at, to understand the pros, the cons, the good and the bad with different lifestyle choices in and around the space. I think at the end of the day, I reference scientific studies regarding two-parent households and the benefits of them. Traditional two-parent households, not these new definitions of households that have been created in lieu of what has always worked throughout history. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. What you guys think about that particular video right there? I want to hear your guys' comments down below. You bang with it? Do you not? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to hear you guys down below regarding that particular one, all right? Until next time, YouTube, peace!
See me get vexed, bars on your phone, tell them you can't chat. The ones who can't stretch, breaking the neck when we get the car next. See me get vexed, bars on your phone, tell them you can't chat. The ones who can't stretch, breaking the neck when we get the car next. Need defibrillation ASAP, get bumped with a straight gap. I'm reminded of mind state they lack. Every time that they incline, we go way back. What they wanna be is just ruthless, never seen warfare.